Well, consumers, it's a little different. There are different motivations that motivate a lot of different people. Consumer behavior is always different across different segments. So I guess there needs to be a lot more research done on how each segment really behaves, or at least your target segment that your company is going after, how they respond to certain game mechanics. Some people love the progress and the status. Others will love rewards and discounts that come along with certain actions. It totally depends. Yeah, the definite first step is to know your customer or your target audience. For example, I did play around with a startup, Wise Resume, as you mentioned, and I targeted the student sector, so we wanted it to be more of a status symbol, what the actions we wanted them to take. We figured status was the most motivating thing, aside from just giving them tons of free stuff. But yeah, for some consumers, it might be getting discounts to certain things, or maybe identifying other consumer trends that you could link in. But yeah, it comes down to status, access, power, stuff. You need to figure out what your segment responds best to and calculate the ROI of that and make sure it's worth pursuing. The first one I ever uncovered, it's the classic example of Foursquare. When I got a smartphone, I ended up using it the most because, to be honest, I wanted everyone to know where I was going to cool places and I wanted to show it to people. And it got social and people were like, oh, I've been to that place, you should check out the one right next door. And I really enjoyed that and earning the badges. But I mean, there are a lot. I think health and fitness is also an incredible category for that. Nike Plus was great. Fitocracy.com, which is a little bit newer, is also really cool. It's a social network meets workout tracker meets great progress, experience points. It feels like a video game, and there's quests to try new types of exercise. It's just very engaging, and I think that's a great example. Games are training people to have clear objectives, and they're fun and engaging. You can see your progress every step of the way. You understand what you're doing, how you're doing, you can compare to your friends. A workplace environment that makes that very easy is going to be really, really important, and people will gravitate to companies like that. If you could port in badges from like Codecademy and it proved that you had all this programming experience, maybe it would unlock jobs that actually require certain languages. I mean, that's just a totally random example, but there are definitely ways to take game mechanics from all over the internet or even build them in and link that to, again, rewarding with access and status, and perhaps maybe if you have those badges, it actually puts you to the head of the line for the person using the system to look at all the resumes. So there's so much that can happen, and I'm actually really excited to see how it does evolve over the next 5 years or so.